today we're starting the day off a little differently. I can get back to the GTA missions. Speaking of which, GTA 6 trailer, second one is out. Looks like they're using some AI DLSS rendering or something, which is kind of cool. But today we're not starting with GTA. Yesterday, Ride 5 was on sale, so I bought it. I played a bit of Ride 4. I didn't finish it because I didn't like the fucking bike physics. But I'll probably go back and finish it at some point. So I bought Ride 5 in hopes that the physics are better. I don't know if they will be or not. And to preface this, I am a licensed motorcyclist, but I do not own a motorcycle. I do own a pit bike. I guess that's a type of motorcycle. And it has no brakes. I ride with no brakes. You may think that's impossible, but remember that engine braking exists. And if you're only at 110cc, engine braking is pretty effective. It can slow you down to a speed where you can just stop with your feet. You just have to know the location that you're at pretty well. And you have to know the bike pretty well. I've got about an hour until I have to go because I have I have a therapy appointment. I don't know if I'll actually ever get a street motorcycle. I used to have a moped, like not a scooter. I did have a scooter also, but I used to have a Tomos. And it was modified, and it was sick. And I'm sorry that it blew up, but it did because I was running it really hot. I'm just lucky that I rode mountain bikes and stuff, because when that rear wheel locked up, if I didn't know how to skid, I would have been in trouble. Because I wasn't going slow. It was the piston rings. The piston rings. I guess they just got too hot. Also, the piston was like barely hitting the end of the crankshaft, which I didn't know. I should have put a thicker head gasket. But I didn't know any of that when I was that age. I was just riding. Damn. So, fun story. When I was 17, I passed the motorcycle license test for the first time. But I lost my wallet, which contained the piece of paper that I needed in order to get my license onto my actual driver's license, to get the motorcycle license on the driver's license. So then... Wait, my dad's calling me. Hold on. Hello.
Just want to make sure you're out, that's all.
Yep, and I got an hour until Carlos, right?
Yes, you do.
Alright,
Okay, bye.
fine. My dad used to ride motorcycles. He had a BMW for most of his time, I think. Like just a touring bike. Not like one of the big low ones, but just like a road bike. Maybe that's not called a touring bike, but one of the road bikes. But yeah, and then I think last year... Yeah, I think it was last year I got my motorcycle license. Finally, because I did the course again, and then I finally got it put on my driver's license. But the day before I did the course again, I saw a motorcycle. I had to be a first responder to a motorcycle accident. And God has a funny way of doing stuff like that. It's like, what are the chances? I've never had to be a first responder to a motorcycle crash before. And then the day before I do my motorcycle license course, it happens. It's just a reminder, like, don't mess around on motorcycles. Like, it's all fine to make mistakes in a video game. But if you're riding a real motorcycle, and I'm sure if you're racing real motorcycles, you got to take that shit seriously. Unless you want to crash and die, that's your choice. Or just be mutilated. I don't recommend it. I would say be careful. That would be my recommendation. I don't even know if my computer's going to run this. Oh shit, it already looks like it got fucked up. I personally don't like stuff to be on. Like, I think we'll probably do this one. We'll probably do medium, because I played a little bit of Ride 4. And I'll get used to it, and I'll try to up the difficulty from there. But it looks like my resolution is wrong. That's gonna be a problem, isn't it? Yeah, I can't even see shit. Damn. I think I have to quit and start again. Anyway, I've been riding that pit bike that I've had since I was about 13. And it's still running. Only thing I've done to it is replace the carburetor a bunch of times. Finally, I have a good one. And, what did I do recently? Oh, I replaced the exhaust pipe. And the brakes fell off, and I just haven't replaced them. I didn't know anything about maintenance for most of the time I had it. I've only become interested in machine maintenance recently. And even though I still am interested in replacing the brakes eventually, it works fine. Engine braking works fine. I haven't needed brakes. Because I became so familiar with the bike and the land by the time that they stopped working that what's the point? I don't need them. And it's not like I just ride it on flat either. I take it up into the trails and stuff too. And I still don't need brakes. Damn. I hope I can fix this resolution thing. I might have to like hook it up HDMI or something. No, it's gonna give me a chance to fix it again, isn't it? Resolution. I don't know what my monitor's native resolution is. Nineteen twenty 1080, but why is it acting like that then? I thought that's what I had it set at. I mean, if that's not it, that's what it was set at, so I don't have any explanation for why I just did that, do you? Let's see if this works. If not, I'll have to start it again. Reset again. Let's see, reset. Proceed. Still normal. Still normal. I don't know what that was all about. Let's start on easy then. I believe we're just choosing male or female. I am a male. I think this one's the male. I don't always choose the same gender as my own in video games, but I like to.
It all starts days before, when you're still home. You train, you prepare. You try not to think about it, and yet you think about it all the time. Then you get to the track. You get to know the place. It's always different, yet so familiar all around the world. The tracks, the pits, busy people everywhere. You check the bike, clean some specks off the windshield. The bike sits there, like you, in apparent idleness, with an urge inside to hit the road. Engines start. The noise, the smell you know so well, A mix of gasoline, exhaust, and rubber. Butterflies in your stomach. A wave of the hand. Rev it up. It's time to ride. This place is amazing. A new racetrack, 3 variants. A sequence of corners, slopes, challenging braking points. All built from scratch in one of the most beautiful places in the world.
I can already
No
tell the
expense
fucking
spared.
autopilot is
This is
crashing.
not a racetrack. This is a rider's dream. Let's play with this new toy.
Okay, so here's the kind of game that I want to play. I want to play this, like, ride, but I want to play as if it's like Forza Horizon. I don't want to have to race all the time, because racing is what always makes me crash. But here we are, and I'm going to do my best. All right, I hit that MF corner better than autopilot, so that's a start. My dad's BMW didn't look like this one. He stopped riding when he got married. Motorcycles are dangerous AF, bro. Even I know that.
Today's takeaways. Turn 1 looks easy, but there's room to do more. Turn 3 calls for a late apex, a calculated loss to open throttle with better traction. The braking point before turn 7 gives you a chill down the spine. Whoever designed this knows how to keep a rider on their toes. With a fast bike, it's a hell of a ride, even alone. Just imagine racing here.
Hell no. Although they're gonna make me. I knew it immediately. Alright, I can either do Suzuki or Yamaha, right? Oh, it's not a choice. It's just whichever place I get. If I even place. Oh wait, it's only 2 people.
A track day alone is one thing. A head-to-head challenge is another. There is no such thing as a friendly race.
Yes, there is.
Racing is racing.
No, it's
And when
not.
there's just 2 of you on the track, one thing is clear. There's gonna be one winner and one loser.
That's false.
Races are not won at turn 1. Don't push too hard. Smooth and rounded.
There's
Easy
more to
on
the
tires.
race than just the
If you
race.
attack too
There's
hard, you'll end up
everything
in the
around the
gravel.
race.
It's easy to overdo everything.
If you win the race
It's
and
easy
get
to lose
shot in
your
the head
braking
right
point,
afterwards, you're
your
the loser,
references.
bitch.
Concentrate, focus.
If I come in last
This
and I
is what you
survive,
live for.
I
When the
win.
red lights go off,
Just
and
putting
the
it in
race
perspective.
begins.
I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I'm just putting it in perspective. Now, I can be friendly. Now, I understand why he's saying what he's saying. It's to get you hyped up. But I don't have to agree. Actually, a race that isn't friendly isn't a race, it's a battle. If a race isn't friendly, then the goal isn't to win the race, it's to kill the other person. And that's not a race. That's e-race. I can already tell you this is way better than Ride 4. And I feel all the assists, but at this point, I'm fine with them. I'd rather the assists be working than, like, not be able to stop and turn. Yeah, that's what pissed me off about Ride 4 was this stopping and turning part. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd rather it simulate my riding level at a lower level than try to keep up with me and fuck it all up. That's better. Show some respect for once. But I'm not trying to be cocky either. I'd need a moment to get used to the bike. I'm just talking about I know how I ride when I get into it. And basically that whole race was like, if you take my riding skills and then you reproduce them down here. But hey, it was safe. That's what's important. It wasn't, oh, I'm gonna stop and then I'm gonna crash. Suzuki. What do they make? Suzuki. Obviously, they gave me the RGV 250, but do they make the Hayabusa? Is that what I'm looking at? Can't remember now. You got Yamaha. Honda makes CBR. Yamaha makes some shit. My brain is not retaining that information anymore, apparently. Kawasaki makes Ninja. Yeah, the GSX-R. Suzuki Gixxer.
It all starts here. They say that for a real rider, racing is life. Anything before or after is just waiting. Well, it used to be. Truth is, to be a winner on the racetrack, you need to be prepared. The bike has to be perfect. You'll need to trust it, so it better be ready. This is home, away from the races. It might be small, but it has all you need to optimize, fine-tune, and set up your bikes. There will be time to think big, to grow. First things first, let's get down to work.
You know, I would say racing is just the part that you have to survive. Like, racing is just the part that you have to survive in order to get your, what's it called? Like, not the license part, but I'll put it this way. In Forza Horizon 5, I don't particularly enjoy doing the racing part, but I do it in order to accumulate experience, to accumulate wealth, and to accumulate different type of vehicles. But when I'm on my off time playing that game, all I do is get in the Hachiroku and drift. So to me, racing is not the part I look forward to. Racing is the part that I just try to survive and get through so that I can go back to enjoying myself. Which should include, in real life, if this guy made a very good point, it's like maintaining and living with your vehicle is most of the fun, in my opinion. And then, if you are deeply into your vehicle enough, you don't have to push it. But this game's about pushing it, so we'll go there. Yeah, I also don't wear a helmet when I ride my pit bike. I used to wear a helmet, but now I don't because it throws my balance off. I know that sounds silly. It sounds like a stupid excuse, but it's not. It's like with skateboarding. I filmed the whole skate part wearing a helmet. But this year I'm filming a part with no helmet. On the road, I would wear a helmet all day. On the road, I'd wear a helmet and full gear. Jacket and pants. I'd wear and boots every day. Gloves, I guess, too. I don't fuck around on the road, but on the dirt, yeah, I just don't wear any protective gear. What's the benefit of these high boots? Just to prevent rolling your ankle or some shit if you catch it on the ground? Wouldn't that just break your whole ass leg? I think I'm gonna stick with these. Balanced is usually the way to go. What are the other options? Shoulders out, old school. Actually, old school is cool too. But I think balanced is probably the better idea here, since it's a video game. Yeah, old school looks like it's going to piss me off again because it looks like I'm not going to be turning as tightly. You should be able to turn just as tightly like that. But hey, I'm not going to complain right now. Maybe we can run some tests at some point. Yeah, if I had a street bike in real life, I would not want to race it. I might want to have fun with it, but that's the risk I run. I think that's why I didn't, like, cosmically, why I ended up not getting my license at 17. Because I would have just kept pushing the limits, probably. I don't know if I'd be sitting here right now. As I get old, I'm 30 years old now. I still don't think that I'm ready to own a street bike. I think I need a few more years to mature. If society was different, I might have been ready earlier, but society has too many, like, we're too highly populated and people are too much thinking about themselves nowadays. No one's gonna care if they hit me. And that might not be the same for you. You might be 8 years old and you might be mature enough to have a street bike. But I'm not that person. I have a disability where I can't fucking find the limit until I destroy something. So I'm working on that, but it's just I have to remember. I guess I have to do a race first. Let's see. I've got half an hour. Sometimes I feel like someone's in my chest, like, squeezing my heart. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but it's been a lot worse since fucking I got that last 5th COVID shot and had a heart attack. That was a while ago now, but it still fucked me up. We should ride this stock first. I didn't just have a heart attack. I think my fucking aorta, or whatever the fuck, I think it ripped wide open and bled into my stomach. I think it only stopped because it clotted by the time I was sitting in the hospital. It's funny too, because I was so deficient of electricity that when they hooked the EEG up to me, it opened something. That's how low on electricity I was. Sometimes I have to remember that memory might not be real. I mean, I know I know that the injury occurred or whatever, or the whatever, but it might not have been from what I think it was from. I may have been deployed and brainwashed. I have to keep that in mind. It, like, semi adds up,
what I went through, but at the same time, there's enough patterns that it might have not been what I thought it was. Yeah, we're just gonna run this one. It's on easy, and I just got this bike, so I should just be able to race it. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. The fact that there's a little bit too much ride smoothing on this right now. There's no way that I can win this race. All of the things that I do to pick up speed are being smoothed out by the ride assist. Yeah, it doesn't matter how, because the AI is already pre-smoothed. They already know how to do it and go fast with the smoothing. I have to use human techniques, which are being eliminated by the ride assist. So I'm going to have to change these settings. Like, for example, here's a great example. Some of these curves, I can spin up and then catch and push through like that. Oh, you let me do it that time a little bit. That's still not how drastic it would have been. It would have seemed like magic. See, it started decelerating before I even took my finger off the throttle. I'm basically not even driving at this point. It's just the AI giving me the semblance of control. So I'm gonna have to take those ride assists off because I'm not even playing the game at this point. I'll finish it. I'll finish this one out though, just to prove there is such a thing as a friendly race. And I'm not losing by not placing first because I'm learning about the system and we're getting comfortable with each other, and that's the point of doing something friendly. But I understand why they said that, because once again, they're trying to hype you up for like full-on competition. But it's important to remember that is just, it's just propaganda. And you can use that to your advantage. You can be hyped on it, but it's still just propaganda. I'm glad I've calmed down a little bit, because I would have gotten really pissed about that before. Like, when I was in the mindset where I actually felt like that, where it's like, yeah, you have to do your best every time, and you have to... Haha, look at them. They look like Crazy Frog. Well, it's like you have to win every time. I could win every time if everything was real, or realistic, or at least good enough to, like, match me. But I would get super pissed when things weren't. It's like, wait, this is rigged. I can't do this. I would get super pissed. but I realize it's not that it's rigged. Well, it is rigged, but it's not that it's like rigged. It's just not perfect. It's not perfect. That's fine. I don't have to come in first. I'm just trying to have a good time and relax. Let's see if there's a way that I can change these settings. I got 20 minutes. Let's see what my options are. Auto brakes off. Yeah, wow. It only stops auto braking once you get to intermediate. What are the other things? Brake input modulation? So basically just you're either doing all on or all off, right? I want modulation on. Joint brakes? Ah, shit. Well, what's the rear brake control? Let's just put that on for now. I'll get used to that later. Automatic steering disabled. Cornering input modulation enabled. I'll stick with semi-automatic. Because... what is semi-automatic? Why is it not automatic? Acceleration enabled. Acceleration input modulation enabled. Automatic throttle disabled. I don't want what you say is the ideal trajectory because I want to do it myself. I don't know what they mean by off-track aid. I think that means like if you get on the sand, they help you get back on the sand. Yeah, I'll take that. No, they said more realistic. I'll do realistic. No, wait. I think what they think is realistic is just crashing wildly. But I don't think that's realistic to me, so I'll keep the 8 on. I'll leave this, and then let's go back and see if we can do that race again. I don't know if they're going to let me do the race again. Nope. I'll just have to keep going to the next one. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what the braking for the rear and front is, and then I'll have to see if I can figure out how to do it manually. But let's just start here first. I mean, how to shift manually. My pit bike only has 4 gears. There's quite a bit of delay. I'm going to be honest, and this is what pissed me off about the last game, is that apparently you guys, I don't know if it's my computer. It might be my computer. I'm not hating on you because my computer's using like a 20 series graphics card. But there is, I guess it's just the nature of this type of riding. If there's any delay, then it completely screws up the whole thing, because it's like, half of this type of riding is preemptive. You're making the moves almost in advance. So I understand why the riding simulation is on. I'm going to try this one more time. If I crash again, I'm going to put the assist back on, and we're just going to play it as a fun little game, and we're not going to worry about it acting how it's supposed to. Not to mention, everyone is so much fucking faster than me, apparently. Yeah, I definitely think if you can't stop faster than that, there's something wrong with your brakes. So let's just put the assists back on. Maybe move it to intermediate. Maybe we'll do intermediate. There's standard. Let's do standard. Yeah, maybe if I had a much more advanced computer, it would be able to keep up with everything. But at that level, I think it needs a little bit of predictive analysis that I can't... Ah, my fucking god. I can't give it through, like, just predict... I'm on the human side, and I'm trying to just do what I would do. And if it's not responding to that, I can't do anything about that. Yeah, that's not gonna work for me. So let's go back to the even easier version. We'll just play it like a fun little game and not a simulator. And I'm fine with that. For now. Aw, come on. Even with assists on? Stuff like that makes me feel like I'm getting neutered. It's like, seriously, you can't respect any single level of my riding prowess. You have to fucking pinch me at every turn.
No, you must return to a state of baby.
That's when everyone goes, "You have no riding prowess." And that's when everyone goes, "Wait a minute, didn't we see this guy on the Black Ops list?" And that's when everyone gets pissed and tries to challenge me to a race, and that's when I black out and kill everyone. And that's why I don't do this in real life, because I don't have any tolerance for it.
Oh, you think you're so good, blah blah blah, let's solve this on the track.
No, I don't do that. The track isn't where I solve my problems. The track is where I practice. I solve my problems anywhere, anytime.
Dude, be careful, people are gonna start thinking that you're challenging them.
That's their problem, not mine. As indicated by SWAT team number 1 over here. They gave me a simulated first place. They said, "Here, look. This person is actually what you would have done." Here comes a helicopter. In real life, here comes the helicopter. Alright, one more race and then I gotta go.
Everyone's like, you think you'd be so good, and then they're like, wait a minute, maybe you would be so good.
Exactly. I think you guys just always get mad at me because you think I'm lying or something. I think the word you use is capping. You always just think I'm capping. But you wouldn't... Is it true that you wouldn't be mad at me if you found out that I wasn't capping and I was just being honest? Would you still be mad at me? Would you still be treating me like dirt, or would you show me some respect for once? Just remember that the military isn't just what you say it is. Keep that in mind going forward. And yes, I'm used to people getting upset with me just because I remind them of reality. Alex says a fact, everyone gets upset. That's typically how it goes. You're not allowed to have facts. I thought I took those away from you so that we could abuse you. Well, I'm telling you, that's not how it works, but you keep saying it is. Well, then how come we abused you so much? Because you're assholes. But it doesn't mean that you took away all my facts. They're like, run the neutering program again. Yeah, it's not like a random computer neutering program. It's like actually a program that they run to make sure that I don't have any testosterone, because they get tired of me being right about stuff, and they're very petty. That's the risk I run playing these new video games. Every time I play a new video game, everyone's like, look at this noob thinking that he has any say in anything. We're gonna end his whole life just for him being a retrobate tripper or something. I've learned it doesn't matter how friendly someone thinks they are with me beforehand. Once they start getting pissed off with me about stuff like this, all that shit goes out the window. That's why you said there's no friendly race, but I'm still being friendly, even if you don't think I am. That's just your lack of self-control. It's because you spent your whole life only programming yourself to ride bikes. And so when it comes to the bigger picture, you just don't have it. All you know how to do is ride bikes, and when that doesn't work, you end up resorting to violence, and I see that. That's why I'm being friendly, because you apparently cannot. That's all we'll do for now. It's still fun to drive like that. It's just, I have to accept that I would likely do much better than that in real life, and that I can't be too mad at the program because A, I'm running on old hardware, and B, this sort of thing is very difficult to simulate because of how many like momentary adjustments are needed. You basically have to be psychic, and you have to spend so much time on your bike. Like, we're skipping all of that and just giving me an opportunity to play around with it. Like, that's not really how that works in real life. You have to have a lot of seat time before you could run a track like this, or at least in any sort of competitive sense, and here you are just handing me the controls. So the fact that I even placed in the middle is like, okay, no matter how many ride assists you put on and how many fucking... Because in reality, people only get so good. On an AI, you can turn up how good they are forever, basically. But in reality, people are only so good. And people are only so much better than each other. And in reality, it takes thousands of hours of practice to be able to do anything like this. So that being said, that's kind of fun, even though I placed horribly. I can do it again, I guess, looks like. Anyway, I gotta go because I've got therapy. But, fun game. And not placing first is much more tolerable in Ride 5 than it was in Ride 4. Ride 4 just felt like all I have is the competition, so what's the point? This feels more like there's more presence to this game. Like, these cutscenes make me feel like, that's kind of nice. It reminds me of Horizon a little bit. Plus, I just started playing the game. Like, I'm not hugely into motorcycle games like I am for car games. So it'll take me a while to get used to the controls and stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna put in all that time on these on the motorcycle games. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna spend that much time playing Ride, but I put some time into it, and it was on sale, so I'm glad I got it. Anyway, later.